Hey guys, the Commander Casual here. I'm playing my Mogis Attrition deck. Doesn't actually feature the card Attrition. It's just, Attrition for the actual term, which is that we're trying to take it to the late game and win. Um, we're playing against an Archangel Avacyn deck. It looks like it's just going to be kind of like a Boros value deck with a bunch of little dudes, and then try and flip Avacyn for some shenanigans. I don't know. I haven't seen Archangel Avacyn run as a commander a whole lot. Can play a Swamp here. We'll just tap it in F8. We mulliganed into this hand, pretty land heavy, but I'm totally cool with that. Especially in like Rakdos colors. We're also playing against Nin the Pain Artist. So I've seen a couple Nin the Pain Artist deck, and I think I've made videos with playing against a couple of them, and they're really cool. So they usually feature a bunch of threaten style effects, or like take control of effects, or like temporaries, things like that. And then you use Nin's ability to deal damage to the creature you've taken control of just for the turn, so that you kill that creature, and then you get to draw a whole bunch of cards for it. So it's if that's the deck we're looking at here, it's pretty cool. So it does lots of cool threat and stuff and draws cards, and I think that's neat. And then we're also playing against Rhys the Redeemed, and it's looking like an elf deck. Yeah, so it's kind of an elf, green-white elf token deck for the most part, I'm sure. We're gonna play a Thematic Compass here. I'm not sure if the call next turn should be to Vial Smasher or search up a swamp. Like play a mountain, search up a swamp so we can get our Phyrexian Arena down, or what? Maybe we just mountain and then we like Vial Smasher and then the next turn we Solemn, and then we can get a swamp with that. Don't get me wrong, Thematic Compass is great, but we don't necessarily need to use it yet. It'll flip into our Maze of Ith soon enough. Well, it's not quite Maze of Ith because it only works on opponents' creatures, but this guy's playing Maverick Fane. Maybe he's doing Boros Vampires. That'd be interesting. Or he could be doing mono white. Technically, this flip card is a Boros card as far as color identity of a commander goes, so it's white and red. But you could easily play a mono white deck with this because you don't actually need any red in the costing cast or casting cost. You guys know. So maybe it's like mono white vampires is what this guy's going for, just mono white tokens. That guy just destroys Jite, the braid. He's also played a volcanic island. When does this flip? Attack with 3 or more creatures. Okay. So he'll get another token next turn, and then the turn after that, I assume. He'll probably have Adanto flipping. Or Legion's Landing, sorry, flipping into Adanto. Sure, this guy's just tapping out. He's got a Wandering Fumarole and a Volcanic Island, so he's got lots of access to his colors, but I don't think he drew another land after the 2. I think I'm more comfortable taking a land heavy hand than a land starved hand. I like playing big stuff and playing lots of stuff, so lands are very important to me. Vindorn Elves. He's got a Skull Climb too. Sylvan Tutor. Creature card, reveal it. Put it on top of your library. Alrighty. He revealed. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Revealed a Wood Elves. I was just gonna check the reveal, but I know what Wood Elves is. That's the interesting MTGO art, though. I like the non-MTGO Wood Elves art better, but why are you attacking me, jerk? I guess probably because he doesn't want to trade with this guy, or even propose the trade. We're drawing lots of mountains. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna Vial Smasher here, and we'll Solemn after that, get another swamp. Then we can think about doing other stuff. I suppose I could also play Mogis next turn, but I don't know if I want to do that. Thinning our deck of lands is also a good idea because it just means we'll draw less lands because we're pretty comfortable with our land base for now, and if we want more, we can get more. Also, the faster I guess we get more lands, the faster we can flip the Spire. Or flip the Compass, rather, into the Spire. Mirror Angel. Yeah, it looks like this is mono white tokens. This looks cool. This deck seems cool. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, and then when things die, it flips afterwards and mini board wipes, kind of. Grim Monolith. Wow, I really like that art for Grim Monolith. That's really cool. This decree looks really cool. I think I like the Koth artwork of Phyrexian Arena the best. The newer reprinted version of it that has it's like Koth fighting on Mirrodin still or something like that, implying that he's still alive. I think it came out in was it no, it wasn't Origins, was it? I can't remember. In A set, it got reprinted, or maybe it was Conspiracy. It was Conspiracy, I think. What you doing, Rhys? Huh? I guess he played Rhys. He's gonna play his What Else, and he's gonna go get a forest with it. He got a Savannah with it. Is he gonna equip the Clamp? Might as well. I guess he could still cast a 2-drop. No, he's just gonna equip the Clamp for now. These guys are both playing very similar decks and are getting quite a scary start going, just with a bunch of little dudes. I think I'm more worried about the green deck just because it's more likely to have like a bunch of scary Anthem effects and stuff, or like overrun style abilities. But like if he used like a Triumph of the Hordes next turn, he could kill someone. Ooh, Thran Dynamo. We could do that and search. Nah, we're just gonna solve him, and we'll get a swamp with it. Throw some damage around. Then we can block with the Solemn if we want, draw an extra card. Wow, we hit this. Uh, the Nin player. Poor person. Poor guy. Heck yeah, I want to use Solemn's ability. I love this card. Sad Robot. It's just a huge commander staple for me. There's a lot less of an argument for running it in green decks over just other ramp spells, but uh, I really like running it in anything that doesn't have green in it. It's just a nice ramp source. And it's just a little dude that you can block with and draw a card from. It's good utility. And him being an artifact, I mean, means that he can go in literally any deck, so. Quiet as Spike. Spooky. Oh, really? Really? That's such a dick move. So this guy loses half of his life. That's what Quiet as Spike does. They loses half their life. Oh, he's just laying into this guy. No remorse. Aw, that bird token's really cute from the Emiria. That's a landfall trigger, right? Yeah. He's got a Danto now, so he can artificially create more dudes as well. Battle of the token decks. Mono white or possibly Boros against Selesnya. I think Selesnya overall is more token support, but so I haven't been posting a ton of videos or any new decks lately, guys. I've just been a little busy and also just taking some personal time to relax because my holidays ended up being a lot busier than I expected, and I have to get ready for my next school semester, and I'm also working, so stuff. I've also recently gotten into D&D, or rather not D&D, but Pathfinder, because a buddy of mine got me into it. And now I'm gonna DM a campaign because I wanna, so that's gonna be fun. Writing my own story for it, which is proving to be a bit of a task, but it is enjoyable. So we could Thran Dynamo and Arena here. That seems pretty good. Yeah, sure. Then we get the 4 damage off the Thran Dynamo. Oh, do we wanna? We could Thran Dynamo and Mogis too. I think we're gonna do that. We'll play the Arena afterwards because we can draw a bunch of cards off the Decree of Pain that'll eventually come as well. So I'm not worried about getting this Phyrexian Arena out to draw a bunch of cards early. We're just gonna start stacking up some damage. Mogis will survive the Decree regardless, so. And yeah, we'll play Mogis. Normally my priority would be to get Phyrexian Arena out really fast, but I'm not too worried about it. If I can either make these guys sack or at least take some damage, I'm okay with that. If we need to block this Quietus Spike guy with either of these, I'm okay with doing that as well. I'd rather not lose half my life. But we're not really I don't think we're the prime target here. I suppose this Mr. Lebowski player could just kill the Nin player. I don't know if the Nin player is just trying to appear useless or something, or they're just sandbagging, because they could easily be playing Nin. Like it's literally he costs 2 or she costs 2 to play, or even activating Wandering Fumarole. Oh no, we can't block that. But I'm hoping it's coming for this guy instead, because he can't block it either. But we'll see. Sweet, it's not coming for us. I've seen Quietus Spike on a whole bunch of commander lists, but I rarely actually see it played. Pretty good, I gotta say. It's not the kind of thing I'd want to run, because I don't know, I don't love that effect, at least on an equipment for whatever reason, but not that I think it's like unfair or anything like that. It's a cool card, but it's just not the kind of thing I think I'd run. Apparently I have to do this. Sorry, gang. Question. Is it a Cyclonic Rift? Is that why he's been holding his mana up? He has just enough for it. I feel like it's a Rift. Yeah, there's the Rift. Knew it. Well, that guy's not too burdened by that. Thumbs up. I'm not very offended. This guy suffered the most from that, I think, because he lost all of his tokens. We can just play a bunch of stuff and gain some value on it. Next turn we can play our Exotic Orchard, which will give us 7 mana. We can go down 4 to play Thran Dynamo, so we'd have 3, and then we gain 3 neutral, so we back up to 6 mana. Then we could play like the Compass and Mogis, or we could play the Solemn and the Compass. I could play the Arena. Oh no, I can't play the Arena and Smasher because I won't have enough black mana to do that. Because the Exotic Orchard won't give me any black mana because none of these guys lands tap for black mana. Land and opponent controls produces, so that won't do. That's unfortunate. I would like to Vile Smasher and Phyrexian Arena, but I think we'll Thran Dynamo and we'll look at doing something else as well. Or some things else if we can. Maybe we'll Thran Dynamo, Solemn, and Compass, and then the Compass will flip soon and give us access to more lands. That way we can also like Decree of Pain right off the bat again. Uh, Wipe whatever these guys play next turn cycle, and then we don't have to kill our Vile Smasher with it as well. And if it kills our Solemn, then we don't care because it's a Solemn and it's built to die. It's built to be played and die. That's what Solemn's for. Burning Heart. Could play that too, but that only affects this, these, and these. I guess that's enough of an effect. It really doesn't do much to us. So this just taps for red as far as we care. Because the rest of those colors don't do anything for us. So do I Dynamo here? Do I do it like that? Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, Dynamo. Now we've got 6, so do we... Oh man, I would love to do the 3 and 3, but we just don't have enough black mana for that, because this isn't giving us any, or didn't give us any. Couldn't give us any. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna drop these, because we'll... What's this trigger? End step, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It triggers us 7, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll Solemn. Oh, that'll get us another land anyway. And then, yeah, we'll Thematic Compass and let that flip. And we'll just play it safe for now. In case this guy plays as quiet as Spike and equips his Amiri Angel. That works for me. Yeah, we're going to grab a Swamp. For sure, bud. And we'll play with Thematic Compass. Yeah, end step, it flips, and we have Aspires now. Awesome. Just going to always yield to that. Yeah, I have to yield for stuff now, unfortunately, but... I kind of like the idea of playing Burning Earth next turn. Knight Captain of EOS. I'm liking this guy's deck. I think it's cool. The mono white, but I guess could make it Boros if you wanted. Token producer. The nice thing about playing monocolored decks is just like overplaying a Boros deck is just that you have that you don't have to worry about color fixing literally ever. I'm just gonna play the Spike. I think he realizes if he equips it that I'm just gonna stop him. Yeah, I'll allow it. I'm just gonna yield to the end of the turn now. I was only waiting just in case we wanted to spire something he attacked us with, or rather just the Emiria Angel. I'm just gonna yield until the end of this guy's turn. If he plays a hasty thing, I'll cancel my yields. Oh, that was his whole turn. Okay. Still don't get why he isn't playing at least Nin, but hey, that's just me. Mana Vault. It's a little spook. A little spooky. Actually, for a green-white deck, he does not have a crazy land base. Especially for having played Wood Elves twice. Kind of weird. He's got his Oracle now, so he'll be catching up. There's an Anointed Procession. That's going to help him. I'm sure this guy wishes he had his, because I'm sure he's running one in there. Thought Vessel. Okay, so his mana base is developing for sure. Riftstone Portal. It's in your graveyard lands you control have. That's a super interesting card. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Neat. Yeah, elves, I'm assuming. Yep. If he attacks us, we'll spire it. If not, then we're peachy. Yeah, Skull Clamp. Can't equip it though. Sorry, I didn't realize we had to yield there. Okay. Yeah, we drew a swamp as well. Alrighty. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus another 4. 9 plus 3 is 12. I guess technically we have 13 if you count the spires, but I don't really want to use that for mana when there's a quietest spike on the board. So we could decree and then play something. I kind of like that. So that's 8, right? I said I had 12? Yeah, 9 plus 3 is 12. So I could decree and then Mogis. And then still have the spire up just in case. Or do I want to decree and earth? I don't need to decree and then arena because I'll draw a ton of cards off the decree. I don't think I've ever had a Phyrexian arena I didn't need before. It's crazy. I mean, I guess I still, it's untold value, I guess, because it could have been drawing cards this whole time if I'd prioritized playing it earlier. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna decree. This just gives me red, so no, I don't want to cycle it. I want to cast it. Some of you might think it was a mistake me using that this early, as in like I could have got more value out of it if I killed it, but I wanted the card draw, the ridiculous card draw. Hmm. Oh, Soul Ring. Wait, do we need double red for anything? Do we need double black for anything? Is the better question. Do I want a Painful Quandary? Ooh, that's Painful Quandary. That card's good. Secure my card advantage. Got my more interesting lands. No! Put it on top of its owner's library. Aw. Darn it. Well, that's okay. He obviously didn't cancel or stop the decree because he wanted us to board wipe everyone. I suppose I probably should have used my Spire there just for mana, so I could play two things instead of just the Painful Quandary. Yeah, I don't have to discard. Hmm. I'm wondering how much value I'll actually get out of these. I think I'm just going to discard the Valakut and the Mountain. Probably pitch the Bones. We'll pitch the Earth because we have Barbs. Fate Unraveler doesn't actually do that much for us either. I don't know if I pitch the Arena. Choice says I'll pitch the Vortex, I guess. Uh, yeah, pitch the Barbs. I guess I probably should have pitched the Coffers in the Swamp and kept two non-land permanents or two non-land spells even. I have plenty of mana. Yeah, I'm regretting that now. Getting greedy. Yeah, you caught me. Relic Seeker, interesting. Yeah, they're them of haste, so we can yield. I should not yield against this guy. He might have a hasty dude. Yeah, I'm really feeling like I should have discarded the Swamp and the Cabal Coffers. My thought was that I was like, oh, I'll keep the Cabal Coffers. I can play all these spells in my hand, even though I have to discard a whole bunch of them. Um, and I was like, but if I want better value off Cabal Coffers, I might as well keep the Swamp. So, and then Grey Merchant's just ridiculous, so I kept it, knowing that I'd also want to keep Phyrexian Arena, because I want to stack up all the Black Devotion we can. Probably Mogis is in my command zone instead of my hand. But I think if I discard him, he would have actually gone to my graveyard, not my command zone. Otherwise, I might have discarded him. But I assume that if I discarded him, it would have gone to my graveyard. I don't want that to happen. because I'd have like zero ways of getting him back. Excuse me, yawning. Dreamstone Hedron. Pretty strong card. I shouldn't say it's pretty strong. It's fine. It's some nice card draw later in the game if you need it, and it's a mana rock. Oh look, a painful quandary. Boom. Yeah, I've also got the painful quandary for all the black mana devotion. So fuck off. Sorry, language. You're the worst. If you guys watch my videos, you know how I feel about counter magic. I don't think it's unfair. I don't think you shouldn't run it. I just don't like it. At least we blue is what I assume is his counter. Whatever. So we've still got another 8. I think we just play these two dudes and pass. Keep the Grey Merchant and the Primordial. And the Spire. And then start poking people with Mogis. Make it look like we might have a Doomblade up or something. I don't know. Man, I really wanted that Painful Quandary to resolve. Both times I cast it. Now you're gonna have to suffer to Mogis, you turd. Next time we can Grey Merchant for a bunch. Be 6 devotion. It's pretty good. Yeah, I love this now because it's like he has like 0 value in attacking me. Okay, well I guess he is anyway. I guess he still gets the Deuter, but kind of confused as to why he attacked me knowing I have his Spires. But whatever. That's why we left the Spires up. I think I'm going to tap the Swamp though so I can have Fate. Oh, maybe it's just because he thought I was going to untap this dude. I mean, I guess I probably would have if he attacked both of these against somebody. I probably would have untapped this guy, and he just really wants that to resolve. Maybe it's so he can get like a Lightning Greaves, so I can't do that next time. That'd be a pain. I don't know. It's either I get hit with Quietus Spike, or I stop Quietus Spike, and then next turn he can hit me with Quietus Spike if he puts it on a flyer. So I don't regret my choice. I just didn't expect him to attack me. What did he get? Bassil's Collar. He wants more Death Touch and more Lifelink because he doesn't have enough of it yet. He's gonna play his own Sad Robot with lamer art. I think this art is actually supposed to be like based on a GP winner or something like that, but I like this art better. I also like the Masterwork art better, but that's just me. I don't have anything against this guy if it is the vestige of somebody that actually existed, but I just like the other Sad Robot art better. 2/2 Death Touch Life Linking Solemn. That's some value. Get to throw it under the bus and kill whatever you throw it under, gain a little bit of life, and draw a card. Some quality. The reason I want a Painful Quandary to resolve so bad is because I've been wrecked by Painful Quandary by other people, but never actually cast it myself before because I don't have one in paper. And I just got one for this deck, so I was really excited to do that. But nope, it's been ruined. It's been ruined by you, Chipwell. You jerk. We would have also had a bigger Gray Merchant, which would have been exciting. But I guess we just can't have nice things, can we? We also have like way more mana than we know what to do with. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting keeping the Cabal Coffers in the swamp now. And by kind of, I mean like really regretting it. Even keeping like the worst two of the cards that I discarded would have been better because it just would have given me two more plays. And I say worst two. I liked all those cards. Even the Read the Bones would have probably been like the least thing I needed the least of that because I just drew a ton of cards and I had a Phyrexian Arena in hand, but do the nil. That's pretty spooky. Assuming he doesn't have anything too big in that deck though. He's probably got a couple bombs. I'll probably grab like a Karametra for one of them because that card's just nuts and is a pretty big green white staple. So I realized for my New Year's party we were playing a dice game called Old Mexico. And I was entrusted with the Old Mexico dice not to lose them, and I found today in my jeans pocket, I found the two dice that I accidentally pocketed. Oh man, that's so lazy. Oh, he stacked it wrong though. He should have stacked the triggers the other way. Does it give everything haste? Or does he just have it? Oh, it doesn't give anything haste anyway, so. But he still could have buffed these guys up way more. I hate it when people tooth and nail for Crater Hoof. Got him. I know whenever I call people out on crap like this, is I'm being pretty hypocritical. Because I'm just like, oh, what a lazy way to win to Crater Hoof. But I have a deck that casts Primal Surge, and as soon as you resolve Primal Surge, you literally just win the game. Unless somebody can stop your Lab Maniac combo with Primal Surge. So, or mine, rather. So, yeah, no, the irony is not lost on me. I understand that I'm hypocritical very commonly, but I want to hate anyone off the table anyway. He's attacking this guy. I can't stop him because I didn't want to get quietest spiked. I don't know why he's not attacking me. Nin likes pain though. It's her thing. Okay, so he's just being funny then. GG guys. Is he just gonna quit now? After sandbagging the game and then playing, yeah, okay. Unless he quits. Lame. Oh, is he gonna claim it was an accident now? Well, regardless. I was okay with the Cyclonic Rift, but he couldn't sack his Flooded Strand or he would die and Mogis would kill him on the upkeep. Oh, do I want to reforge? No, I don't want to do that yet. I want to play a Grey Merchant. Ooh, Erebos. Actually, I don't want to. I don't tap swamps for that. I have Soul Ring for that. Boom. Well, we're not getting counterspelled now, so that's nice. Do we want to take his Maverick Fane and attack somebody with it? Hey, Erebos. I'm going to tap that too. You guys aren't allowed to gain life. Oh yeah, and he's actually online too. That's nice. Yeah, you're not super helpful as a land now because the red player's dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna Grey Merchant. Suppose I could try and draw into more black cards with Erebos, but I ain't worried about it. Mogis would kill him. Isn't good at magic. Is that supposed to point at me? Is that... Oh, it's probably because his chat's expanded. That's what he means. He's pointing at himself. He's not trying to be a dick. I think, at least. Well, you certainly know how to counter spells, you jerk face. Yeah, take that. Yeah, do we just smash face with Molten Primordial? We can take the Avenger, I guess. If only we had a way to sack stuff, that'd be great. Yeah, let's play the Primordial. Take the Avenger. I guess I take the Maverick. I was wondering if, because this will probably get blocked, so I was wondering if I just gain the, try and draw a card and gain the life or whatnot. But we'll move to combat now. I'm gonna attack this guy. These are all just 0/1s, right? Yeah. Attack. I kind of just want to get rid of as many of these plants as possible. But it'd be great if this guy wanted to trade with the Avenger. If I just attack you with Avenger, will you trade it with Solemn? Oslam? Solemn. Typing's hard, okay? Or rather, I suck at it. I have no excuse to. I have a really nice mechanical keyboard. I have I have the like Black Widow Chroma keyboard. Don't you know you'll have to find out? Don't know you'll have to find out. You play free-for-all political game to be unpolitical. My brother does that a lot. I mean, I suppose he is. It's a choice that he's making. But I try to strike deals with my brother all the time, and he's just like, "Well, you'll have to find out," or he'll never like give me a solid answer. So I'm just like, "All right, well now I have to attack you with everything." And I'm very tempted to do that against this guy, but I want to get rid of these plants, so let's see if he honors it, I guess. Kill the Earl of Squirrels. Or at least make him jump with some stuff. Oh yeah, we get a vampire too. Neat. Is he doing it? He's doing it. Okay. I don't do deals. I don't know why he's asking. Why is that a question mark? Does he mean that in like I won't give him a chance to make a deal? I don't have anything to make a deal with him about. I ain't interested. So the Avenger's dead. I'm cool with that. Because that just turned all this guy's plants into just blockers instead of potential hazards. Yeah, so we'll see what we draw with our regular draw and our arena next turn. And if we can possibly play it and then reforge, I guess we'll do that. We've just had some mad card advantage this time. I mean, I was talking about how I didn't love that I kept the Swamp and the Cabal Coffers, but it does give us a ton of mana, which is nice. Or not, maybe not a ton, but extra. It has given us more mana. was gonna say, I hope we don't get Vandal Blast now, but we can't be. But even if we did get all of our artifacts destroyed, that's literally just these two. We'd lose 5 mana, which sucks, but we're still pretty comfortable. Emiria Shepherd. Yaha. He's probably gonna play a Plains now and get something back. Yep. What's he getting back? Knight Captain of Eos, yeah. Does he have to sack a... Okay, so he has to sack a soldier. You can't just sack anything. I would have been chapped. But there's another soldier he can sack. He's a cleric, okay. I mean, I know he's a vampire, and I know he's a vampire, but I was wondering if he was a vampire soldier or a vampire cleric. Oh, that's my bad. You got a couple extra soldiers and your knight captain. This is cool, because it's like he's a knight and the two soldiers are his squires. I'm confused. What's the point of putting Quietus Spike and Basilisk Collar on? What's his face? None of it's attacking me, right? Yeah, then I'll allow it. It's political in paper. It's unpredicted online. Charisma gets you nowhere. The card, too. It gets you nowhere. Does someone want mine? I'll trade. 2.5 ticks worth of blue stealing goodness. Can't remember what charisma does. Let's Google it. I know it's a like theft-based card. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a creature, you control that creature as long as charisma remains in play. Oh, that's good with certain commanders like Tabor and Lumia. I have an alarm going off. Oh, it's just because it's later in the day. I have to remember to go to work. That's tough. Okay, let's see what you got, guy. I'm pretty not scared of his deck now because he played a Crater Hoof and an Avenger already. This means I don't think he has like a whole bunch of outs other than those. Wood Lodge. Greater good. That's alright. Can filter and draw a bunch of cards by sacking his Greater Hoof Behemoth. Yep. These guys are mostly right in saying this, though, is in the paper Commander's a lot more political because typically you're playing with like a friend play group of yours too. So people will kind of join you a little bit more as well. Mana Reflection, that's pretty good. He hasn't really gotten to use Rhys for anything yet, though. He hasn't used either of his abilities. I guess theoretically you could do like a mono white or mono... Ah, that's not what I wanted. You could do a mono white or mono green Rhys deck. If you wanted. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I mean, typically you want access to more colors, but his abilities and costs are all green or white. So you technically don't have to run any green or any white if you don't want to. Again, I just don't know why you would do that. So we got our arena trigger. We'll play a swamp. So we're going to Stranglehold. And then we'll play Reforge the Soul. And have just about no red mana left. I was just giving these guys more cards too, but... Ooh, those are some good cards. This is non-basics, right? So he'd take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2. So 10. You take 1, 2 times 2 is 4. I love price progress. We'd take 6. I'm kind of okay with that. You know? I can't Comet Storm this turn anyway, so... yeah, let's price of progress. Just to deal some group damage. What do you mean, GG? That doesn't kill you. Or does it just mean he's like out of stuff to do? Maybe he's being pompous and he thinks he has the win secured. You never know. Right, we'll play Hissing Miasma. Do we want to play Polluted Bonds or Blood Reckoning? I think we want to play Polluted Bonds. Oh, I have enough mana to do that. Polluted Bonds. We got a lot going on now. Oh, I should have left a Swamp untapped. Untap this instead, because then I could, if I don't have to Spires, I could have Arrow Boast instead. But now people basically like can't attack me. Do we even attack? Is there any value in that? He can't attack me with like anything or he just dies. We'll just wait for now. Play it safe. We've got the Attrition deck. I know we can take it late game and win. This guy's probably going to sack something because he doesn't want to die. He can't really use Ancient Tomb, though. Yeah, he sacked a Vampire token. Soul Ring. I mean, it's very rare he'll die to Mogis because he can just keep pumping out tokens and stuff like that with his various means, but he can't really attack us now because the Miasma will kill him. If he plays lands, the Polluted Bonds will kill him. So I'm curious to see what he does here. If he hits me with some big permanent clearing board wipe, I'll be pretty chapped, but you gotta blink here. This just prevents combat damage though, right? Yeah. I'm still feeling pretty good about this. We can just Comet Storm these guys for crap load next turn anyway. So. That's great too. Is he declares the attack, takes the damage from Miasma, and then we can Spires it anyway. If he attacks with like a single thing, or just one of the things he attacks, we can Spires, and he still loses the life to Miasma. The deck's doing what it's built to do, what it was born to do, which is just win by bleeding people out. Rakdos is particularly good at that. I thought about doing more of like a sorry, I shouldn't say Rakdos. I meant like more of a draw, discard, pain-based theme, but then while I was looking at that, it just ended up kind of being more of a Nekusar deck. And I was like, I don't really want to play two-color Nekusar. I'd rather make it a little different. So I made it a little different. Before, I originally wasn't even going to run any creatures in it. I was just going to do enchantments. But I didn't want to put that much of a restriction on myself. Not that there aren't a bunch of good black and red enchantments like Phyrexian Arena and Polluting Bonds and stuff like that, but it just didn't seem worth it. I need one more mana. Unfortunate. Well, I don't think we can F8 right now anyway, even if we tap these down because of Comet Storm. Comet Storm doesn't let you F8 for whatever reason. I play it in a couple of my decks just as a big red finisher, and it regardless of whether you're tapped or untapped, Comet Storm still thinks you can try and cast it at any point, but you can't if you're tapped out. So I don't really know. Maybe it's a kicker thing. The multi-kicker on it screws it up. Not sure. Just trying to string together some ridiculous play that'll keep him alive. I can do something here. No. See, if he tombs now, he'll kill himself. Because he needs to get something back. I'm curious how he's going to try and gain life, though. Does he just have like a straight up life gain thing? Because if he attacks me with anything, he just dies. Because the miasma will kill him now. He played a land already. He can't tap the tomb, or he'll die. It's got to be like, it can't be attack based, because he'll just die if he attacks me. I don't know if he factored everything into this properly. We'll see though. Man, one more mana still, even with this plan, I would be gold. Okay, well maybe he has something else to do then. Let's see. He's probably got some big white board wipe that just destroys a whole bunch of stuff. Hopefully not though. I don't know. Even if we get board wipe, we're still in a pretty cozy position. These guys are still really low on life, and I think we could still Comet Storm both of them to death next turn. So. Oh, geez. Did he just realize that if he... Tomb? I don't think he factored into the polluted bonds and the tomb. I didn't know that could only be paid with colorless. Yep. Oh, he's talking about the displacer. Yeah, this the diamond symbol has to be colorless mana. That's why there's a differentiation on these. So that's why they bother to differentiate between it, and not just say 3 neutral mana on that. Could have done some great stuff if I knew that. You could have tapped tomb instead of playing planes. He's kind of making himself a victim of circumstance here, but that was just a misplay on his part. Like, why would they bother to have separate symbols if it wasn't, if you didn't have to be? It even says it's colorless mana. Represents colorless mana. You have to pay the cost of colorless mana. That's why they like Oracle text at Ancient Tomb to have those symbols on it. I know, but I didn't realize that it needed colorless. I could say to him what I just said, like it out loud, in that I'm like, why do you think they have different symbols, or why do you think that there's the 2 different costs on that? But that's not going to be constructive or positive. Yeah, there is no way out. I need 1 more mana. Okay, well then, I guess make a decision. What was he going to bounce? Target creature. Uh, I don't know what bouncing would do for him here. Because it doesn't trigger Shepherd or anything. The only blink thing I think he could exploit would be the Knight. Okay. He just tombed himself to death? He did. GG. Oh, I realized I didn't GG the Nin player. But he countered my stuff and I didn't like it. So screw that guy. We're sitting pretty right now. This guy can exile our entire board and our hand. He's got us. But if he can't, I'm pretty comfortable. Pretty confident. Because he can't even like I don't I don't think he's gonna attack with the plants. But if you play something with haste, that conspires it. So and then if he attacks me with enough stuff, he just takes a bunch of damage. If he plays a land, he takes damage. Then whatever I play next turn deals damage to him. And every upkeep he takes damage. Or sacks, I guess. Paradox Engine. Yuck. Okay, so theoretically he could go off here. But we'll see. And a crypt. Yeah, so you get to untap all those. We're just going to yield to that, because if we don't, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, tap, 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 tap. Is there something he can do with, like, seemingly infinite mana? He can draw a whole bunch of cards. If he clamps all of his plants, that's 8 more cards for him to rifle through. Paradox Engine doesn't untap his lands, but he's got a ridiculous amount of mana this turn, so there's a significant potential for him to like go off here. But at the same time, it's kind of to what end? Yeah, just tap them all, dude. Like I suppose he could play like a Helix Pinnacle here and win with that, or just combo off. Ugh, excuse me, ridiculously with his deck, but that yawn wasn't supposed to be me signifying boredom. I'm not bored. I'm just tired. I didn't sleep a lot or very well last night. I'm not a good sleeper. I seem to struggle with it. Everybody else seems to have a fine time with it. I mean, fine is a relative term, but most people seem to be able to do it fairly well. I don't have a talent for it, clearly. Yeah, you can draw cards off the Dreamstone. Yeah, so he gets another of those, and then he can Skull Clamp all these. Yeah, he bonded, so he takes some damage, because he's playing his maze. Not super worried about it. A gold isn't really combat damage in this deck, it's just kind of a nice circumstance. Okay, so he's going to cycle the Groves. Cycle through a card. He just realized that he can Skull Clamp his plants, right? I feel like I would have done that by now. Sterling Grove. Okay, so he can sack that. I suppose he could probably pull off a win if he has a Helix Pinnacle. Maybe he does. That'd be hilarious. I don't think I'd be mad about that at all. I've never seen a Helix Pinnacle win. For those that don't know what Helix Pinnacle does, it's a 1-drop green enchantment with Shroud, and you can pay X mana and put X counters on it, like Helix counters. And if you have 100 Helix counters, you win the game. I'm not sure what the trigger on the 100 Helix counters winning the game thing is. I don't know if it's an upkeep or just when you have 100. But, okay, so he's figured out the Skull Clamp. If he didn't already, I shouldn't say figured out, like he only just now realized it. He might have just known for a while and was exploring other options. Okay, this puts it on top of his library, so he can't put that right in his hand, but he could easily sack it and then use that. That's another 2 cards to draw. But I think he's just fishing here. I don't think he's got anything real he can play. Yep. Yeah, you can let your own archive resolve, dude. I'm just gonna gently apply a little salt, and maybe he'll get it. You guys can hear it clicking through my mic, by the way. It's not because there's something wrong with my mic. I'm just playing with a pen. It must have sounded great in the mic. You're welcome. I got it from one of those Christmas crackers. I'm less impressed by those things every year. I don't know if there's like the different brands you buy come with different things, but from my expectation, whenever you pull the Christmas crackers, it at least has the little paper hat crown, which never fits me because I have a huge head. Um, it's got the little strip in it that makes the popping noise when you pull it. Um, then it's got like Usually has like a joke or a riddle or a fortune or whatever, some little piece of written whatever. And then it also usually. Did this guy disconnect? Nope. Dude, it's your yield. Maybe he just doesn't know that and he thinks he's waiting for me. Um, yeah, but this and then there's usually like a toy, or at least from what I remember from my childhood, there was a toy in the little Christmas cracker thing. But in all the ones we opened with my girlfriend's family, we got like various office supplies. It's kind of like, is this like a specific brand that you can buy for an adult so they get things they can actually use or what? I would have been happier with a toy. I mean, this pen is fine. There's no problem with it. Actually, it's kind of satisfying to click as well. That's why I've been playing with it. But I still probably would have preferred like a little Hot Wheels-esque kind of car or something like that. Oh, I spoke too soon about this pen. It just came apart in my hands. So I'm over it. Classic. Um, yeah, I was disappointed because I thought they just always did. Oh, finally, this guy yielded. Didn't want to burn down the house. Food was cooking. Oh, don't cook when you play then. Yeah, and it wasn't even just like my Christmas cracker was like a random one-off that did that. Somebody got like a little mini thing of Scotch tape, and there was like a little mini stapler I think in one of them. It was crazy. Staple remover? No, that definitely wasn't one of them. They wouldn't put those in Christmas crackers. Put too much potential to harm. But there was definitely like a mini thing of Scotch tape, and I think there was a mini stapler. To what? It's oh, he means in the game in general. I thought he meant during this turn. I was like, if you don't yield, I can't help you. I can't kill you. Great, Praetor's Council. Okay, so yeah, that's problematic because there's his Tooth and Nail and his Crater Hoof and his whatever. I guess he can't attack us though. He'll die to the miasma, won't he? I don't know. He's already played a land and gone down 2 life. I don't know if he has any other way to kill us other than just beating us in the face with stuff. I would absolutely lose my mind if he had the Helix Pinnacle win. That'd be amazing. Wouldn't even be bad. But he's got he's got seemingly infinite mana, or just a ridiculous amount of it at least. Still, with just the 3 artifacts. Um, but like he can't. I don't think he has any way to win but just beating our face in. So I think this is our game regardless. You can go ahead and play the Avenger. You already played a land, so you can't beef up your plants anymore. Oracle, yeah. I guess you can play another land with that, but that'll put your life even lower. That's probably why he's playing the Oracle, so he can play another land. Mystic on top of the library. Oh, I haven't seen the MTGO Mystic. That's kind of cool. I like that. I definitely like the regular paper art better. Oh, okay. Just play the land outright. Does he even have that much green mana left? No, he doesn't. That's the issue. He doesn't have enough colored mana. Does he have some artifact that he can sink a ton of mana into and murder us with? He's got 22 cards in hand. Okay, you still have to draw the card, but he can do that by putting the clamps on the plants. What did he get? Oh, he's just still searching, I guess. Still got this vampire, because we're playing a Mardu deck apparently. Booyah. Oh, I do have a great idea for a new Mardu deck coming out. Again, sorry this video isn't a new deck. I just I had I'm not gonna pretend I had like a bunch of stuff to do. I just kind of needed the day for a personal day. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time designing a new deck and uploading it onto Tapped Out and then making a video for it yet. I will have lots of new content coming out very soon, but I just needed a little bit of relaxation time during the holidays, which I think everyone can understand. I also post videos with a very high frequency relative to most other content creators, which is mostly just because my editing process is so little, which is pretty much just um, upload it to YouTube, add a little bit in the description, and then add a thumbnail that I create. But it's pretty easy because I don't really need to do any like video editing on these. And I've talked about it in videos before. The amount of editing I put into my videos will probably increase as my channel grows larger, if it does grow larger, which I hope it does. Speaking of growing larger, we did beat, we're over 100 subscribers now, so thank you for that, everybody who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The larger my channel gets, the more I can rationalize to myself putting more effort and time into playing Magic and uploading content for you guys. So I'm always down for that. But if I'm not, it's, I'm sure everyone can understand that it's a lot harder to warrant putting a bunch of time into stuff that you don't really see a return from. I shouldn't say that. Just playing itself is fun enough for me. I see enough of a return from that. But anyway, it's just the more subscribers I get and stuff, the more I will increase my effort in the channel. But yeah, right now I just use like a screen capture software that also just has a audio capture on it. So I just record my commentary while I'm playing, and right after I end that, my recording's pretty much all good to go. Because MTGO is such an easy program to run on a computer as well. For the most part, I can record in 1080, 60 FPS, so my videos are high quality. I hope the sound quality is good. Should be the same, if not better, just because I have a new headset now. I think it's good. I always check the videos before I upload them, and it sounds or I sound pretty understandable to myself. I also try to enunciate, make sure you guys can really tell what I'm saying. Oh man, this guy has so much mana and has done so little with it. He's just drawn a bunch of cards. Yeah, draw more cards. What did he get with Sterling Grove? Is he seriously not revealing it to me? Does he have all of his enchantments in his hand or on the battlefield? Shouldn't it have to reveal it to me? That's weird. Um, blah blah. Am I just daft that I'm not seeing it here? Whatever. I guess he can keep clamping these two guys as well to draw more cards. This is going real slow though. Cathar's Crusade. Yeah, so you can beef up your dudes and then not attack with them because it'll kill you eventually. I mean, I'm glad he's not conceding for sure, but he's not making the most concise plays. I guess he's got a lot of cards in his hand to think about and how he wants to play them. This is just taking a little bit longer than I expected. He does have 81 mana and 29 cards in hand, so but he's all out of colored mana unless he can sack his Riftstone Portal somehow. This card's cool. I like this card. Like I can see it being worthy in this deck. Just because if you, like, for whatever reason, had too many cards in hand and need to discard one, you discard this because it would just fix all your lands for you very conveniently. He's got a Selvala on top. Thank God he doesn't have haste, like on any of his creatures, because that would make this even longer. Wouldn't mind a turn. Dot dot dot. I'm just being a little salty. I'm not really mad. I just I don't know if this is all for naught or what. I guess I'd rather him do this than just quit outright, because quitting outright's lame. So good for him for sticking it out. But he's probably still trying to find some kind of line. Just kick the shit out of his Everlowing Chalice. Sorry, language. So now it's got it's got 35 counters on it. So he's essentially like it isn't actually, but he's got like near infinite mana now. Because this taps for 35, and then it'll untap every time he plays a spell. So it's considerable. And oh, and mana reflection doubles all of it because it's just this is a permanent, not land. So this technically taps for 70 mana. Quittings, lame. Also, I don't think you have an actual out. Yeah, go to type and see me spell actual wrong. Nice. Nice. Yeah, you can buff your dudes up. Also, if you're just delaying this to make me quit, you're kind of a bad, should say that, for sport. I guess like trying to make me time out is a little different. Like if I were like nearly run out of clock and he was like activating as many abilities for me to yield through as possible, that'd be one thing, but I don't think he is doing that for the record. I'm just implying that so that he doesn't do it. I was fishing. I saw that. I have outs. Do you have outs? You don't have any colored mana, so do you have an O stone? I suppose that would do it for the most part, but only for a little bit. Sword of the Parents. Kind of interesting card. It's mostly just interesting because it gives you the tap or untap ability, and that's mostly just because it's the untap ability. That's just about why any deck runs Sword of the Parents. It's not because of the first two lines of text. It's just for this one. But it also just does add a neat benefit. It's kind of like an Umbral Mantle like that, but different. Is he doing this so he can stack them to greater good and dig even deeper? Yeah, tap your Everflowing Chalice and add a ton more mana. Yes, he's gonna greater good them now. Like, should we just tell him we have a Comet Storm? That's the question. Because we do have a Comet Storm. Wow, we've been at this for so long, my playlist just randomly stopped. Oh no, Spotify ads. That's not what I wanted. Throne of the God Pharaoh. That's a good card. Can't really do anything with it right now, though. Just gonna sack another thing to greater good, now that it has more power toughness. Draw more cards, filter more stuff. Just gonna discard a whole bunch of lands, not surprising. Probably has a ton of lands in his hand still. Yeah, certainly generate a lot of colorless mana. Like, what is the out? Is he seriously just... Oh, okay, I guess Mana Rocks makes sense. But he probably doesn't have a ton of them in here. So that's a colored mana. And a card draw. So you can play Rhys and then not do anything with him, or play probably a bunch of creatures that are in his hand. There it is. Yeah, I don't think he was actually digging for that specifically. But we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt here when he says there it is. I think he was just kind of digging randomly, and then was like, "Oh, that counts." Oh, I guess yeah, it's two colored mana for him because of mana reflection. Why is he playing the Cryptolith right? He can't tap anything yet. I think he just misplayed a little bit, probably, but we'll never know. Oh, I guess this keeps on tapping now, so he just keeps getting the colored mana. Okay, well, GG. Does he just win here with something lame? Do we hang on just to lose? I don't like. What is he? How does he kill us? I guess he just plays out a whole bunch of stuff in Crater Hoof, but if he attacks with a whole bunch of stuff, he's gonna die to the miasma. So can't play any more lands. So polluted bonds is off the table. If he pumps one thing a whole lot, we can at least spires it. We've got some good health and a lot of blockers, so we're definitely gonna sit this out, as we've sat it out already. Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of tokens. I get it. Is it? Yep. Okay. Thanks for being descript. Oh, we'll see. I mean, he does have a crater hoof and everything in his hand. Is he paying attention to enough stuff, though? Is my question. Because all I can see him doing is playing a really big crater hoof. He doesn't have haste with anything else, and crater hoof doesn't give haste to other stuff. That's what I was checking earlier. So, but we can spires a crater hoof. I guess if he like lightning grieves it, we can't. But I feel like he would have played that already if he had it. It's probably somewhere in his deck, and he can just keep greater gooding until he gets it. But oh well. I want to see if there's a way I can possibly yield until until combat. What if I take that yield off? Nope, doesn't do anything. Maybe he'll time himself out in this whole process. I don't know. I feel like he's not accounting for all of our cards here, but we'll see. Maybe he just wants me to quit. He could be just like that. I didn't think originally he was like that poor sport player, but there is a chance that he could be. I don't want to think he is, but yeah, like you can drop the rest of your deck. I don't know. I guess yeah. I guess he gets a lightning greaves and throws it on a crater hoof or something and smashes our face in with it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna make him play it out regardless. So voila. That's another elf, and that's another Cathar's Crusade thing. I'm hoping he just makes a mistake and doesn't realize what the miasma does. It just kills himself on a huge attack. That would make me satisfied. Although, he seems like the kind of guy, just based on his responses from earlier, that like if he did play everything and attack and died to the miasma, he'd probably like try and own it like it was just a choice he made. Which I mean it could be, but I feel like it isn't. Gold Leaf Liege is really cool. All the lieges are really cool. Liege. Lieges. Lieges. I don't know. Do you say hard G or soft G for your liege? Your liege. I don't know. Rhys? Yep, another. I mean, it's technically another Zavala and Cathar. I should just yield to those, shouldn't I? Should have been. The Zavala thing doesn't actually draw him a card, obviously, but if we have to throw all of this under a Crater Hoof or something else with Trample, we've got 3, 8, 15, 19, 23, 24 toughness, and 50 health. So it's got to be doing like 75 damage because we're also going to gain 1 on the lifelink from the vampire. Does he know that Crater Hoof doesn't give these guys haste? Because it doesn't, right? Yeah, and just it has haste, but when it enters creatures, you get pumped with damage and trample, but that's it. Tolsimir, I love this card. Tolsimir the Wolf-Blooded, or just Wolf-Blood. Yeah, we're just gonna yield to the Cathar's Crusade. He's dipping into his reserve, or his very last 5 minutes of time. He's in the red zone. Let's see if he can actually do it. See if he can finish this game. I don't think he's got it. I know he thinks he's got it, but I don't think he's got it. Yeah, there's the Avenger. And then after the Avenger, he's going to play the Crater Hoof, right? So he gets a whole bunch of dudes. Then he plays the Crater Hoof. Are we waiting for me to yield here or for him to yield here? Okay, we're just lagging because of Moto. I heard the noises. It is trying to resolve. There we go. It's just all the triggers that are on the stack from all of it. I mean, maybe he just... he might just time out trying to resolve all these triggers. It's a lot. So... I don't want to win on the timeout, though. I mean, I'll take it, but... I want... I want to win on him... him attacking with a whole bunch of stuff. And... either just, like, failing the attack and dying next turn, because we have the Spires of Erazga, or dying to... Like, if he goes tall, and he doesn't have Hexproof for Shroud on the thing, and it's, like, just the Crater Hoof, we can untap it. But if he goes, somehow finds a way to haste enable all of his creatures, and he goes wide, we... That's a lot of dudes. Oh, right, all the tokens have been doubled up. Or not even doubled up, but more than that because of all the generators. Okay, so if he doesn't have a way to, like, shroud up or haste up his Crater Hoof, then we lose. But he's still got to stack all these triggers, though. And that's going to take forever. Because Zavala, like, Zavala's kind of weird on MTGO in that she triggers whenever a creature enters the battlefield, because that's the text line. Um, but it only actually, like, you only actually get the ability to draw a card if its creature's great or power is greater than other creatures. And then there's, after all these Zavala triggers, there's probably like a billion Cathar's Crusade triggers. So I honestly think we just win because of clock here. Because this guy, like, I don't know if he spent too much time futzing around or what. I don't think you have time, guy. Also, can't I just untap Crater Hoof? was like, maybe we don't send this, but I don't think you have her time, guy. Well spoken, me. Good job. Way to make yourself look educated. Nailed it. It's got a single Cathar's Crusade. Oh, that's from the. These are from like the actual Avenger of Zendikar. These are all the tokens. Maybe it just doesn't realize the Crater Hoof doesn't give everything else haste, and is unaccounting for the miasma. Man, that's so unsatisfying. We stuck out this whole thing just for this guy to take too long on playing out all of his things and then stacking his triggers. So lame. How many dudes does he have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's a lot. Uh, these guys would all get super buff. But again, he played all of them this turn, so he can't attack with anything that's on board. Because it's all summoning sick. All the plants are at like a minimum 2-3 because of the Wiltleaf Liege and the and Tulsimir that are buffing them both. I want him to respond because I want to know if he has. I want to know if he actually has the win. Like, because there's a good chance he has the Lightning Greaves in hand and it's just been waiting to play it. I think this guy's honestly just like lagging out hard from having to deal with all the triggers. His moto's probably bugging out on him. 0 seconds. That's the game because he ran out of time. These are 40-minute clocks too. Like he had a lot of time. Did have a way to give Crater haste? Or sorry, Rex. No, he just quit. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna assume that that guy probably would have either not accounted for the spires or the miasma. Um, because if not, he like it's not unthinkable to realize that we would have like a lightning greaves or a swiftfoot boots or something like that in his hand, but I feel like he would have played it already if he did, because he would have wanted to exploit the haste off of um, like a whole bunch of these creatures to either generate more mana or draw cards or whatever, right? So anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like. I guess if you dislike it, dislike it. Uh, Please subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. I'll be posting a lot more like original decks coming up pretty quick here. We've got a bunch of ideas for ones. I just need to get some of the cards for it and actually do the deck tech videos and stuff. And please check out my channel if you want to see some of the videos I already have up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.